Go.
Hola, señores,
Welcome
¿cómo
back,
están?
everyone. Yes, sí. Yo hablo español.
Yeah.
Mute this stream so I don't hear myself. Yes, so finally, after I don't know, 7 weeks, we're back with StormKing'sThunder. My Fridays have been very busy, but hopefully not anymore. So what happened last time? Last time, you guys started at the mountains. What were they called? Not the Great Peak Mountains, but the
Sword Mountains.
The Sword Mountains, yes. Yes, the Sword Mountains, northwest of Waterdeep. Tweede dashboard. And there you just finished fighting a storm giant, and Zephyros left as he left a note saying that you should probably meet Harshnag, and he's probably up north. And as he flew away using his magical cloud giant abilities to fly, he told you guys that he will go to the Eye of the Allfather to speak with the Oracle. And now those who have been paying attention, which
Were we
sadly,
supposed to pay attention?
I'm not any of you, I don't think. Hey.
What is this attention that you are talking about?
This old Gnawbone told you guys to seek out Harshnag, a friendly frost giant who knows the location of the Eye of the Allfather. And the Eye of the Allfather is an ancient giant temple with an oracle who could probably tell you what to do next. At least that's according to old Gnawbone.
Who is
Haven't we
totally
been
trustworthy.
Haven't we been meaning to find Harshnag for a while now?
Yes.
Yeah. If we ever get our asses up north to actually do the things that we are supposed to do and play the actual campaign.
We're doing all the side quests before we do the main quest.
Yeah, we are completionists.
Exactly. You need to level up.
Yeah. We need to be over leveled for any for anything we encounter.
I don't know exactly how, maybe also from her, that you need to go to the Eye of the Allfather, but apparently it's also in this quest. I don't think you got that information from her, but anyway, you also noticed that there was a book left behind. Leonardo picked it up, and he learned that it is a book by Norwin Hellcaller and Lord Theodore. You visited Larry and you discussed how to remove the tattoos, and he said it would be done. It could be done with a ritual, but it would take some preparation. And then the book is a magical book that increases your wisdom by 2 if you spend a long time studying it. That is what you identified. And then Lord Theodore knows about Norwin Hellcaller. That he has a tower near Waterdeep that adventurers never return from.
That's wonderful.
And it was rumored that he was, or still is, because it was a long time ago already about Norwin Hellcaller, that he was able to create gold out of thin air. And Lord Theodore also heard multiple rumors, because it's Waterdeep. And now that Lord Theodore mentioned
capital
it,
of the world.
Exactly. Leonardo probably also remembers some of these rumors that Norwin Hellcaller wants to take over the world. Perhaps he has an undead army of some sort. But the rumor is that one day he will do it, and you don't know if those are just fantasies or kids or tales that kids tell their children. Wait, that parents tell their children, not kids tell their children. Parents tell their children do not wander out of Waterdeep or don't go near the tower. You just know that you've never been there. And then Larry asked for a wish list of magic items. Because, you know, if he's able to order something somewhere, or if he knows, if he sees something that you guys would like, then he will buy it. And there was not actually a lot. Leonardo asked for enchanted ink to write secret messages, and Tenalavi asked if Larry could enchant her warhammer for extra cold damage and slowing. And Larry said that the ritual, he would be able to prepare for the ritual in 2 days to remove your tattoos that have you linked to a mysterious underworld. That you saw, you don't
Do
know.
something he doesn't like.
But it sounds like a very powerful creature. And then you spent 2 days just waiting around in Waterdeep. Shigrex gathered some herbs for potions of healing, I believe. And then the ship was completed as well. And you
I
guys,
don't know how many did I make?
I don't know, you have for 2 days, so figure it out.
No, it's one a day, but I don't know how many I had. I can't remember. It's been so long ago.
You didn't update your character inventory, so well, maybe it's in the notes, but that's what we'll go over before we actually start playing as well.
Okay.
You got paid 40 gold pieces by the Red Emperor, and as you might remember, probably Terran doesn't know, and neither does his character, but you guys are in progress of finding out. No, not that one. Available. Find out what's going on with the giants by Salvador Missplitter, who you found in Golden Fields, I believe, and he told you that the Red Emperor will pay you guys 10 gold pieces per 10 day to find out why the giants became active. Still, after 90 days, well, no, 80 days, it seems, you still don't really know much. And Theodore lied about their progress. That you went to the
Because we haven't done shit.
This crystal was somehow related to it. That was the lie you told. These crystal shards.
Yeah, we haven't.
I actually did know about that.
We are shameless.
Yes.
And yeah, Lorenzo, can you turn your mic up a bit?
Oh, I can put it closer to my mouth, but I don't think I can turn it up.
Okay, yeah, that's.
I can yell.
Thank you. No, don't.
Please
yell
don't.
much, yeah.
Let's see.
No,
Maybe, but maybe there are some settings, automatic boosting that's on or off. Automatically determine input sensitivity.
No, if you.
I can change the input. Hold on. It's at 77. It should be better now, right?
Yeah. Then you can step back a bit.
Okay, so this is good then?
Yeah.
It's still a bit on the soft side.
What?
That'll work for me.
All right. Anyway.
No.
So after you lied about your progress, you went to see the airship.
Yeah.
And it was completed, and it was a very majestic airship. So you named her the Majestic Betty. So here you see a small picture of your new airship that cost like 30 or 40,000 gold pieces. And then you gathered for the ritual to remove your tattoo, and you discussed on what kind of tricks you wanted to do, like get in a rope trip or a private sanctum to be on another plane. And then you also installed the crystal balls as a scrying location on your ship, and you found out that the crystal balls don't seem to work anymore.
Yep.
The crystal balls that you took from Old Narbon's lair.
Mm-hmm.
They're there for aesthetics now.
Yes.
Character, my first thought would be
It doesn't work, but in more puny mortal hands.
out of character. My first thought would be to take it back to Nobbone's lair, put it back in the pedestal, see if it works there. In character, no.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Lorenzo,
Yes.
can you delete these Shagrax here for me?
Where?
This one?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. And add a new one.
I'll place myself down.
Too late. I'll also delete the other
But
one.
yes, that's
The
fine.
marching order. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, Gregor. Oh no, it's Greek. Okay, good. I thought we still had Gregor in the marching order. All right. Yeah, I think that's it.
So, what do we do now?
Yes. You were getting for the ritual, but I wanted to say something else, but I don't. Oh yes. Before we actually start playing, we should probably go over all your gear.
All the little trinkets we have gathered.
Yes,
along
because
the
you have
way.
quite a few.
Yes. Well,
We have
Yes.
a nice collection of items.
Because you have this bag of holding from Theodore, and then you also have a Majestic Betty inventory as well. And then you have the normal shared inventory.
I'm pretty sure
but don't contain any of the magic items.
But
All the magic items are in the bag.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we sold off most of those gems.
We have a few.
Still, we have a few.
Yeah, I can understand if
People
you
wanted to keep some for spells and stuff.
Oh yes, you're right. Then we do have another 2 potions of healing if you want to add them to the list.
But
standard.
Yes, standard. I don't have the time to do more. So.
Also, if you go to the items tab, basically everything that you see you had at some point. So you did have armor for Theodore, boots of Elvenkind, boots of the Winterlands, cloak of billowing, cloak of protection, a dragon skull helmet. Maybe not.
Dragon skull helmet? No, I think.
That was Gregor's.
Yeah, they took him with them. Serpent skill armor, that's Shaggy's. Shield of missile attraction, I don't know who has that one.
That was Torque's.
Okay.
I will remember the stuff that was my character's.
Oh, I actually see that I didn't share the, because you got also some more. You also got the Hellhound cloak.
Yeah.
I do not remember that.
It was, well, you got it pretty recently actually. Let's see, loot channel.
Yeah.
I think it was.
It wasn't that
Oh
long
yeah,
ago.
polymorph cloak.
Ah.
Lets you turn into a hellhound.
Yes, for up to 1 hour, which is quite a lot. You got it with the Mace of Disruption. You found it in the chapel when you helped Paul. Same as the wooden statue to cast Sunbeam once. I don't think I actually created a magic item for it, but I will. Is the Mace of Disruption, yeah.
Did people claim those items, or do I have to add it to the bag?
I don't think they were claimed.
Not everything was claimed, no.
I have a few magic items in my inventory.
So was the Mace of Disruption claimed?
The Mace of Disruption, the Gavel of the Wenrun is mine. The Giant Slayer hand axe. The Belt of Returning, as well as a Wand of Magic Missiles.
Yeah, that tracks.
So, did anyone claim the wooden sun statue or the polymorph cloak?
I think the polymorph crook has Leonardo has that, but not the sun statue. No.
Okay.
Why? Equip and trinket. Oh, I needed to make it a trinket. Okay, delete. Yeah, so I think there's quite a bit of
Yes,
stuff.
yes, quite a bit. As in all video games, you
Accumulate random
gather
junk.
up all the items and do not want to depart with any of them.
Indeed.
I still think we should just sell them all.
But no one has the money to buy them all.
Probably
To
true.
be honest, we only go to 3 shops.
No, that
Yes.
just
There's more
you
than
can
3
sell 'em
shops
to
in
different people.
What?
Yes, maybe we should make our way up to I don't know, Neverwinter. I've heard it was a grand city and has a lot of shops that might be interested in all of
We're in
these.
Waterdeep, the trade center of the world. There's more than 3 shops we can go to.
No, there are only 3 shops in Waterdeep.
You might think he means magic shops. No, 3 total.
Yes, 3 total.
It doesn't matter what you're looking for. There's only 3 shops.
Indeed.
Yes, one of them only sells fish. So
Yeah, it's my favorite
not
shop.
even the good kind of fish.
No, it's good fish. Stop complaining about the good fish in this city.
Everyone likes fish.
okay, so were we going to take our ship up north then?
No, we are still debating. We still need to finish the ritual to remove all these
Hello?
stupid tattoos. Yes, we can hear you, Taryn.
Can anyone else hear Ajin
Yes.
talking, or is it just me?
I can hear you all talking. I added the wooden sun statue, by the way, Theodore.
Could
To
you
other-
hear me, Lorenzo?
Yes, I can hear you, Taryn.
Okay.
So,
We all hear you,
yes.
Taryn.
Well, it's weird. Maybe it's just my audio is out. The headphones are having issues. Everything went silent for a while there until you said yes.
maybe. Yes,
Alright.
it could be because of your headphones. I don't know. But I was saying that I don't know what was I saying? Yeah, we should sell some of these things, but for now we are trying to see what's what and get on with the ritual to get rid of all these tattoos. So we don't get spied on anymore, so we can move about freely.
Mm-hmm. All right. And who has the book? I think that was Theodore as well, right? Or not?
I have the book. I'm currently reading it.
Okay.
Sorry, I zoned out for a second.
No problem. All right. Now that that is cleared up, we can indeed start. So,
Let's start with the break. I'm hungry.
yes. So you all gather at the airship.
Yeah.
Remley, Ruud, and Gregor are there as well.
But no, we came to the airship to just see how the.
Oh, not to do the ritual? Well,
No, just to look at it because it was finished because it died. thought that Lavinia and Larry needed to do some more preparations, and it will be done in 2 days, the preparations, and then it will be doing the ritual, and then we can just F off.
Okay. I will move them here for now, so it's easier. All right. So you...
Theodore wanted to inspect the ship. And see
Yes.
what- yeah.
And he's gonna take this time to claim the largest room.
Yes, it's your ship, so yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Is it your ship?
I paid for the ship, the others paid
Yeah.
for the crew.
Ah, yes. All right. So you inspect the airship. It seems to be made perfectly well. There don't seem to be any like holes or planks that are missing or bent or broken or damaged. It seems to be really well constructed. All the sails look fine as well. It looks to be well done, is what you assess after an hour of walking through the entire ship. And so does the rest. It seems to be a very well made ship.
It better be. So it needs to be able to withhold the dragons.
Yes, dragons probably also are fit in here as well.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Just have a pet dragon right with us on the boat.
Yeah, it's a very large ship.
Preferably a dragon that can breathe air and not fire.
All dragons can breathe air.
Just not necessarily hard enough to matter.
Yeah. All right. So you have some place in mind to perform the ritual? Or where do you plan on doing it?
Probably at the estate.
If I recall
Or-
correctly, yeah, we were going to do it at the estate, either in or next to a tiny hut.
I don't know the
yeah.
tiny hut bit.
Yeah, you discussed it, and then Larry said he also has Modern Canaan's private mansion as well.
Yes, Martin Caton's magnificent mansion.
Private sanctum.
Oh, private sanctum, wrong one. I
Yeah.
think it's a bigger one.
Oh wait, private sanctum is something very different. But at least
Yes.
centaurs created by divination spells can appear inside, so that also
So-
might help. Yes. So let me
Can
know
we-
if you guys want to do
yeah.
anything before you go over the ritual, because the ritual will do it as a skill challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing in mind here.
Yes. So Lavinia will vote for doing it with having a rope trick set up where we could head in and do a Mordenkainen's private sanctum inside it, and then do dispel magics to get rid of all the tattoos. And
Now I
I
remember
still
the
can.
hut.
And
I
still
don't
can
understand what's going on here, so don't mind me. I'm just very non-magical.
Well, Lavi, this was before we have met you, and we got
Yep.
these nasty tattoos, and Shagrax shows part of.
So short
his,
version is we got tattoos. Theodore cut his off. Everybody almost died. Now we're doing it this way.
Reeg
Yes.
leans over to Thenalavi and is like, well, looks like it's a good thing I'm late to the party.
Yes, I know it doesn't concern you two, but for the rest of us, it's well, Actually, it concerns you two also because whoever gave us these tattoos are spying on us and know our every move.
I still have the flesh from that in the bag.
That doesn't sound creepy at all.
Yes,
Not
and
even
maybe,
slightly.
and maybe we should destroy that too, burn it or something.
You can pull it out if you want, but I'm not touching it.
Out of character, do you mean the shoot, I forgot the name, the freaky magical lamprey. Not lamprey, the water creature. I forgot its name. Damn it. The one that makes it so
The
people
aboleth.
can breathe water. Yes, the aboleth, thank you.
No, he means part of his shoulder that he cut off, right?
Ah.
Yes, that's that's the one that still has the tattoo on it.
Yeah. So that's still in his bag, a piece of his skin.
Rotting away. Well, we do have the preservation thing. What was it?
True, the bag of preserving, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe keep it in that so it doesn't go bad. Okay.
All right.
So, well,
So-
if Krieg and Tenelavi won't be involved, we should gather the rest of the members and.
Yes, you
where's
all have.
Lady Lavinia?
You still have access to Gregor, right?
Yes, I
Sure.
do.
Okay. So let's move you all in the air. There we go.
Not in the air, no.
Yes, you'll be safe.
always
Tenelavi
wanted to
also doesn't
fly.
have the tattoo, right?
No. It's Ramley Theodore doesn't have it anymore, so I don't know why he's there. So
Yeah,
No,
he
make
just
sure you don't destroy my.
Moral
exactly.
support.
He wants to watch. He wants to watch. Moral support.
what wants to watch our suffering?
And maybe so do
As-
Tenelavi and Krieg.
I don't know, it's up to them. If you have any useful skills, maybe you could.
I will be
help.
nearby, but I'll be reading the knowledge book.
Shouldn't Shaq Rax read that?
All right.
Get him over 20 at some
So what were you guys doing? So he creates the sanctum, but just in your basement? Or
No, I think Rude had a
rope trick,
Who
yeah.
said rope?
Yeah,
rope trick, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Krieg had one. I didn't remember if Rube did or not. But yeah.
Oh, Krieg had one. Then Krieg will let us use his rope trick to go into another dimension where.
Oh, no, I think
Larry-
Remley maybe had a rope trick.
I know someone had a rope trick that we could use to go into a pocket dimension where Larry could just cast the Modern Canaan's private sanctum spell to
Yeah.
protect us even more from
Right.
from things, and then Lavinia and Shagrax will kindly start doing this spell magic on the tattoos, and maybe even resorting to cutting that part of the skin off to remove it completely.
Yes. All right. So, how big is the rope trick?
Rope trick.
Can be reached 8
yeah.
medium or small creatures.
Yeah, so it's enough for this
1,
group,
2,
not
3,
much
4,
more.
5, 6, 7. Yeah, even Theodore can fit inside.
So Krieg and
Krieg and
Tenelavi are well. Krieg has to be there, but Tenelavi is not allowed in.
Strictly speaking, it's not to be in it. You can make it
Oh,
and just
that's
hang out
true.
Yeah, just
outside.
make it and 8 people can fit inside.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the group.
Yeah. If
All right.
Theodore wants to, or he's out reading a book, I don't know.
You can also
He
be
doesn't have
inside
to be
reading
there.
a book.
He doesn't have to
Up
be
to him.
there. That's I don't think he can.
Do you want to be in
anything
there
useful?
and contribute to the ritual or not, Theodore?
Well, he's mainly there to make sure they don't blow up his home, but he's just sitting off the side reading a book.
Yeah, but they are going in a pocket dimension.
Yeah.
So you don't see them unless you also climb up from the rope into the extra dimensional space.
If there's room, he'll be there. If not, he'll just be outside the rope.
Well, then he'll be inside. All right. So how this works is it is a skill challenge, which means you need to use skill checks to accomplish it.
Okay.
The DC
Yeah.
will be. I wrote it down, right? Why is it not
I don't
refreshing?
know.
No, I mean in my notes. 15. DC 15.
Alright. For what kind of check?
Up to you.
It dep-
You can use
dep-
whatever you want. I need 5
it depends
successes
who is
before
doing what
3
checks.
failures. Hold on. So you guys determine yourself which order you want to do and what skills you use. So anyway, at least what's it called? Larry will start with the ritual. He will place down some candles. He will say some chants.
Okay.
And if you succeed, so you get 5 successes before 3 failures, you successfully removed the tattoos and their magic. And if you fail, then you didn't. And there might be severe repercussions.
All right. Gregor
if-
will agree to go first. I'm pretty sure I can do this. I mean, and he makes an echo himself. I am 2 people after all. That is a very good advantage. I can have the other me do the actual cutting.
we all fall out of the
Yes, no. Well, it's
of
not
the
a real
pocket
person.
dimension because
Yes, the
it's
pocket
a-
dimension explodes. You're all
Actually,
scattered to the astral sea.
Really quick.
It's another.
really quick.
It's another creature. If
Really
you
quick,
summon an echo, it's
mechanically, an
another
echo is
creature.
not mechanically an echo is not a creature. It's an object. It's an object that you can act like you're in its location to do things and
Is
act.
it?
Yes.
Is it or is it considered?
Mechanically
I can't
speaking,
remember.
it's an object. What's his name? Mercer actually commented on it. Not Mercer, the other one. Shoot,
No.
I stuck with names. Other one, not Mercer.
Mulligan?
I don't remember. I think it was Mulligan.
Brandon
Yeah.
Lee Mulligan.
Yes, I think it
I know.
was.
So you are an echo fighter
Echo Knight.
with.
Actually, it
Echo
doesn't
Knight.
work, the private sanctum. You cannot. Well, it could work, but then you are not allowed to leave. Well, that doesn't matter. It's fine. Because in the rope trick doesn't last for 24 hours. So you'll just be stuck in 1 hour because you cannot leave this place.
All right.
All right. So you decide the order and you decide what skill you want to make. It needs to be a little bit. How do I say it? You need to say what you want to do, how it works, what you are trying to do, and you need to, of course, make the skill relate a little bit to the challenge. And if you succeed the DC, so a 15 or higher, you have a success, and if not, it's a failure. You want to probably use your best skill, but yeah, if your highest skill is, for example, I don't know, what would be a really useless skill to do? Intimidation, maybe to try to intimidate the creature, or I don't know. I don't know. Sleight of hand would probably be the worst. That's probably
Actually, no. I was about to say sleight of hand would make sense because you're trying to quickly cut it off and remove it without it being noticed. You're using multiple layers of magical cover for it. But
all right, yeah, sure.
But can we use other spells in aiding?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say you
the...
can use guidance on every.
No,
ability
I'm not. No, I'm not referring about guidance. That's a cantrip. I'm referring about level spells. So doing I don't know, or a divination at higher level or something like that, or You know,
Yes,
I swear
except
God, will this work if I do
divination
it?
spells
cannot work inside
you
the.
cannot
Yeah.
target creatures. So
Yeah.
probably guidance is also divination, so that doesn't work either. But yeah,
But
if I want to say if you
maybe.
use a cantrip, you can only use it once.
Maybe I'll use feign death to
Oh.
maybe make one appear as they are no longer with us, and then
The Kraken God thinks you're dead and ignores
Yeah.
your issue.
Exactly. Yeah.
to cover
Something like that
to
would work. Yeah.
give it a even better layer of like, oh yeah, that one's dead, so it's no longer useful and stuff like that. But we'll see how it goes. And Lavinia will say, so I don't know who wants to be first, but Gregor, I know you have steady hands. And Leo also is good with a knife. I want you to be the ones who are doing the cutting.
Yes, I performed a simple surgery on myself before, actually. That is essentially what this is, so I would actually have experience with this.
And Lavinia will say, so who do you think should go first?
And you can only use skill once, by the way.
So you use 3 different
There's
skills.
5 different skills.
Well, yeah, but I'm
5
assuming
different
that
skills is what I meant.
Lavinia is not. Everyone has to make a check, and that's there. Or I mean, we go in order.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
but I'm thinking who will go first, because to be I need to look at Lavinia's character sheet. Yeah. So,
Well, if you'd like, I will take the lead. I have no problem with that.
So you want to be the first to try to get his tattoo removed, then, Gregor?
Yeah. I was gonna say Gregor just like sits down cross-legged on the floor, takes out his knife and his medical kit. Healer's kit. Thank you.
No, Leonardo will do the cutting.
I actually trust myself to do my own cutting more than anybody else. He can do his or anyone else's he'd like, if they're okay with it. But I will do my own.
It's it's on your back. I don't know if you can reach it.
Out of character, I thought it was on his chest.
I don't know. We have
The-
on the shoulder.
different places.
Yeah, on your arm.
Oh,
Shoulder,
Leo's was on
arm.
the shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
Arm or
someone had it
shoulder?
on their chest because they wanted it. I don't know.
Yeah, I might have remembered that wrong. Okay, I'll go with arm.
I think Lavinia had it on the back of her neck because she was
Struggling
pretty
too much.
resistant to it. Yeah.
Okay. So, 3 different skill checks. I'll start with sleight of hand. 'cause it's
no,
really already
3
tough.
different skill checks.
It's
Oh.
all we all do. We need
You
to
all do one.
determine
You all
who
go.
is- yeah,
Everyone has
right.
to make a skill check.
Okay.
Yeah, we just need to know who is doing what.
So let's roll initiative,
I will. Yeah.
or at
let's
least
roll
put
initiative.
everyone in.
Roll. Yeah, let's.
You can-
roll initiative for us. I don't know what skills Ramley has. What's his?
But I can
magical skills and
reorder
stuff like that.
everyone however they want. So,
So
Remley,
Gregor's
he
70.
has Arcana. Wait, no, he doesn't. What? Deception, Intimidation, Performance, and Persuasion.
I would have
Theo
guessed
has
Arcana.
Arcana.
But it doesn't have to be Remley who does something as well, because
No, I was
then you
just
guys have
thinking
more
maybe
skills you can use.
No, I was just thinking maybe he had something like a skill higher than what we have, but I don't know.
And
I
it
don't
doesn't
think
matter.
we-
If you use nature, someone else can still use nature. It's just
No,
and
you
can.
can't repeat it.
Yeah, so it's fine.
love it.
Multiple PCs can use the same skill check. The skill.
Yep.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Lavinia
So
is
don't worry
still-
too much about what other people want to do or do.
still level 9, so should technically be level 11. So that's okay. So who wants to go? Shaggy is pretty good at medicine.
I am the doctor here. No
Yes.
one is better at medicine than me.
Medicine. Okay.
Theo's pretty good at Arcana. If
Shift.
I know what's Theo's Arcana.
+9.
Out
No, +8.
Metagame.
of character, my highest skill is sleight of hand at +18.
Holy
What?
shit.
How the fuck do you
How do you have
+18?
+18?
Leonardo probably
I-
also has something insane like that.
He has it because he has maxed out dex and expertise in it. And
Oh,
I think he had an item that boosted it as
Ah,
well.
Shit. Yeah, the gloves of thievery or something.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I just
so-
rolled at 36.
Oh,
Yeah.
you were already rolling?
Yeah.
it's.
I thought you were
I'll let
starting.
him roll. I know.
All right, so what does Gregor do?
So Gregor, very quickly when he's sitting down, he basically
As
the
one
second
with the
dispel
scalp.
magic hits him, he tries and like just slices the top layer of his skin where the tattoo is off as quickly as he can.
Mm, you know, the sword slices in anime, like
Yeah.
how they do the shoo and nothing happens, then it just floats off.
Yes,
That's
exactly
what
what he
Gregor
does.
does with his and you don't even notice. You just see the swipes in the air, and he's just holding the scalpel in one hand, and you just see some swipes in the air. His hands don't even move,
And
and then
like
it
I said,
just.
he has performed a surgery on himself in the middle of combat before, so he actually has done this.
Yeah, he's moving. His hands are moving so fast that you cannot see it.
Basically. So 36.
All right.
Which I'm assuming passes.
You managed to quickly and precisely accomplish your task. You feel you did superbly, and that you've set up the rest of the ritual as well as you can for the rest.
Okay.
Mm. I assume we'll be losing some spell slots for what's it called? Dispel magic.
Dispel magic, yeah.
Yeah, or Larry does it.
I don't know. Does
Wait, he
have
doesn't.
enough
Yeah,
spell
he does
slots?
have dispel magic.
Does he
And
have
it-
enough spell slots for all of us, or?
Oh, no.
Okay, then
Well, yeah, he
check
does
that.
actually. He does.
Huh? He does.
3,
What the fuck?
6, 7.
Oh, okay, yeah, 3, 6, yeah.
Because it's a low level spell and he's a high level.
Yeah, and he can upcast it. Yeah. Okay.
Since there are 6 tattoos, yeah, it's fine. He has exactly 6 spell slots left at 3rd level and higher. All right. So, who's next?
Theodore, you wanna help with this? Arcana skill, if it's so
I'll
high.
just flip over the next page and look at him. Sure.
No, if you don't, it's Lavinia will take that skill. I know.
I got it.
All right.
Do I have
What
to
does...
cast a spell at the same time?
You don't have to know. What does Lord Theodore do? Wait, let me actually...
He
Hoppa.
is using Arcana.
To do what?
So, what
Describe how
did
you're
Gregor
aiding
do
us.
with his sleight of hand?
He basically just tried to move his hands very quickly to cut off the top layer of his skin before anything could notice, because he's like, we're trying to hurry and get this past the Kraken gods. So he just sort of timed it to do it immediately after Larry did dispel magic.
Although we're in a pocket dimension, Theo is gonna make sure that nothing interferes and uses magic to block anything from
All right. Yep.
affecting the ritual.
Go ahead.
Is the word I
As
was looking for.
you see Gregor quickly using his hands, you focus your magical energy to prevent any Kraken god trying to interfere or
So
sense.
close to a nat 20.
Yeah.
It rolled off it.
Can I see Leo's?
Yeah.
I have
just-
access to Leo's character sheet. Don't worry about it.
Okay. He also has a plus 18 sleight of hand. Crazy guy.
Yes, but that's already.
You can still use it.
I
Why?
thought I was the only one with that high of a
No, that's what
freaking
I said.
ability.
You can
Oh, I misheard.
only you can only use one skill per
Oh, each
character.
each
No, I
character
mean
can use
you can't
only
use
one.
the same skill twice per character. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Gregor isn't going to be taking all his rolls at plus 16. Just the one.
Yeah, but even better. So Leo is going to because we already established that Gregor and Leo were doing the cutting. Let's see if we get a fail. Before that, Lavinia will
because
use.
You
Will
sense
use.
that the ritual keeps getting more difficult as time progresses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's. Why not? Let's. Lavinia will use her Arcana skill to try in helping Larry with his dispel magic and imbuing her magic as the same time as Larry does a dispel magic. She's trying to imbue her magic into making the dispel magic even more powerful as Larry casts it.
All right, go ahead and roll Arcana.
So Lavinia will roll Arcana.
Oh, easy.
Oof. Well, that wasn't a fail.
It was not.
Yeah, I was looking for. So, and yes. Next up, I don't know. Maybe Leo will be helping out with his cutting on the sleight of hand, helping Gregor out with cutting all the other tattoos out with his sleight of hand. And he has some things up his sleeves that he cannot ever fail, even if he rolls really low.
Yeah.
Which he cannot. And bringing home the cake will be, I don't know, maybe Shaggy with a medicine roll.
Yeah.
That
Go
would
ahead.
be the fifth. That would be the fifth skill. And let's see Shaggy fail. No, he doesn't.
He doesn't fail either. So you're all prepared for this enormous, difficult ritual, but everyone focuses on their strengths instead of on something they are not good at.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's
as
Shaggy
we-
at the end healing all the wounds that after the dispel magic and the Gregor and Leo cutting all the tattoos out. Shagrax comes in with healing all the wounds.
Yes, exactly. Like one well-oiled team, you guys perform this ritual with haste, with speed and precision. And all the tattoos are cut off. They are burned right away. The skin is nowhere to be seen, turned to ash. The wounds are healed. And you all feel a relief and a sense that you are no longer being observed or watched.
And when you heal him, Gregor says, "Oh yes, thank you, nurse."
I cannot cast my spells. Lorenzo, what's the problem? I want to cast Detect Magic to see if there's any magic left in those tattoos. So, is there any magic left
In what?
in those tattoos?
No. The dispel and the ritual have made sure that all the magic that was there has been removed.
Okay. Nice. But yes, we cannot cast spells anymore. It seems it's something to do with some sort of module you have in place.
Yes.
Or do I need to have it prepared? No.
And
says, type error. Field datasheet is undefined. When I click on Detect Magic, cast the spell. Thank you.
but it's a ritual. I see it when you cast it. What did you
Yes.
do?
No, but when I click on it, it asks me if I want to, because I can do it as an action. Oh no, because it's a ritual, so I cannot do it as an action. No, but even if I do prepare it,
You don't need to prepare it. Yeah, otherwise, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, but it's still. I click on it and consume spell slot, place measurement, cast spell. It just gives me an error.
Oh, but for me it worked when I pressed cast spell and unchecked everything.
Yeah.
You can see it in chat.
Yeah, I see it,
Ah.
but it didn't.
You
work
could
for
just
me.
click cast spell and then manually give yourself one more spell slot.
I don't know. All right,
It's
so
fine.
after 1 hour, they are all suddenly thrown back into the workshop of Theodore. Everyone's sprawling on the floor because they didn't exit safely from a rope because that was not possible. So everyone is scattered around, falling to the floor. You all take
Yeah,
100 damage.
We have. Thank
Okay, so Gregor's down to 41.
What?
Yeah.
I have 86.
Okay, Gregor has 20 constitution and the tough feat, so he has a lot of HP.
I don't
Would have
have
almost
either of those.
instantly killed Leonardo and Lavinia. All
Are they
right,
still level 3?
but they are not very healthy. All right,
Glass
you
glass
successfully
cannons.
completed the ritual.
Well,
You no longer have the tattoos.
That's a.
In
Well, a
progress.
thought in the
Figure out
back of
what's-
my head gone now. Thinking about how they could just
One quest completed.
spy on us.
Oh yes, heaven
But-
very well.
Yes, well, Gregor and Ramley, I hope to see you again. Sorry it was under such grim circumstances, but at least we got rid of this problem.
Yeah, I think that is for the best. I mean, like you said, that is the most important thing.
Yes, well, in hindsight, any actions that we do take against this Kraken cult won't affect you in any way further, so
Yeah, I am very glad for
Enjoy-
that. The
enjoy
last time,
retirement.
I am very glad for that. The last time I got the killer headache in the middle of a surgery I was doing, I almost killed my patient. It was very bad.
Yes, quite unfortunate.
That may have been my fault.
Yes, maybe. Well, hope this works out for the best. And, Bradley Rude, it was also good to seeing you two again. And Ramley, I do miss your fish fingers. It's quite delicious. No one else here in this whole goddamn town can make them as you do.
That's because you're uncultured. You don't appreciate good cuisine.
I know what good food tastes like, and this fancy, just for presentation food that I've been eating here in town has no taste at all.
You know we're all rich. You don't have to eat at my estate. You can just go out and to a restaurant.
Yes, I said in this the whole town. I didn't say at your place exactly, or just there.
You should try the docks then, if you haven't.
I saw you like the fish that
Maybe I
Ramley
will.
made. Maybe you could hire Ramley. Out of character, I just realized Ramley runs players, not here. Sorry.
Yep. Yes, but anyway, it seems like we succeeded, and we can now
Continue on with getting rid of the cult.
yes.
Get rid of the what? Oh, the cult. I
Oh.
thought you meant cold. Get rid of the cold. That would also be very interesting.
We're gonna do the opposite of the Rhyme of the Frost Maiden.
Yeah. Bring back the heat.
Maybe. But no, we still have other pressing matters that we need to discuss. And Lavinia's, well, I'm glad that worked out. And, well, till next time, if you need any help in magics and stuff, don't forget to call. And she punches Leonardo, looking at him like, you better come home often, or get in touch more frequently. And yes, well, I have other matters to take care of, and seems like now I am head of the house here in Waterdeep, so she does a slight curtsy and till next time, and he makes her leave.
Out of character, be right back, sorry.
And but she also compliments Larry on his magical skills before she goes.
He blushes a little and says, yes, Lavinia, thank you. Yes, I'll see you later as well. And he quickly darts out of the mansion.
And
We need to set those two up already.
And he quickly walks back in and says, Tena la vie, your hammer is done tomorrow. Bye. And then he quickly runs without looking at Lavinia.
Telavius looks behind. I need to survive one more day without my precious hammer. Oh, this world is just not fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as Larry comes out of Theo's mansion, she sees Lavinia jumping on a griffin and heading off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she has not now. For some time, at least. So, yeah.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
Well, we still need to discuss some things and see where we need to go. What is our most pressing matter?
I wouldn't know. I'm really good at tagging along.
No, I'm sure you have some pressing matters that you need taken care of, and now that we are a group, we will be glad to help you.
Well, I don't know how pressing this is, but I really need to look into my vegetable patch. Brian is not the best in making sure it not it doesn't dry out over the summertime.
Oh, don't worry about that. If we need, I do know some magics that I can do to revive it. No time at all. Maybe even make you a field of all the vegetables that you want.
Thought I eat. I'll need some giant field. That's too much work for me.
But okay, so yes, Theodore, do you have anything that you? I don't know.
Do I have
You're
my
reading
book?
a book. It's fine. It's fine. Take your time.
I shall.
So what are we doing? Just we still need to spend another day here for to Lavi to get her mallet back. Back. No, her.
It's not a mallet, it's a warhammer. Shaggy, please. Have some respect for my weaponry.
Oh yes, I meant to say the skull crusher.
Oh, that's much better.
Back.
What enchantment are you getting on it?
Something icy. He didn't tell me. He just ran away. He just said he could do something icy on it, and then he took it, and I was fully agreeable, but I have actually no idea what he's gonna do.
And how much did that cost? I'm just wondering.
He looks at everybody. It cost money.
$1 million.
Yeah, I probably asked the wrong person about that. What time of the day is it?
Early in the morning, like 11. Well, now it would be 12.
Because I want to find out how much it would cost to get a +1 enchantment on my rifle.
Mm. Well, that's a bit different than a sword.
Yeah.
But probably not super much. Probably like 1,000 gold pieces or so.
Only 1,000?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but it takes like a week or so.
Alright, how about a +2?
That will be probably a lot more expensive. Probably like
Probably.
10,000. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't have that much.
and it will take like a month.
Can I get my dragon rifle infused with a +1 enchantment?
Probably.
I'm gonna go talk to Larry about it.
All right. Yes, Larry says that it can be done within a week.
And for 1,000?
In a week.
Oh, sorry, for the +1. That would only take 2 days.
And it costs 1,000.
Well, no, he will only charge you 500, of course.
No, at least 6.
Because
I
you're such
pay
good
the whole
friends
thing up
and
front
a
in platinum.
science
Yeah,
companion.
yeah.
Right.
All the good
Pay the whole thing up front in platinum coin.
Krieg looks like
Okay.
he's doing his best to not drool while he watches the money.
Mhm.
All right, yeah.
Okay, so we are spending a few more days in
Yes, you
Waterdeep
still have
then.
3 more days in Waterdeep, apparently.
Mhm. Is the ship ready to sail? Do we need provisions?
Ship's
Anything
ready to
else?
go. Probably should stock it with provisions. All we did was hire the crew.
Yes, yes. Well, you're the captain, so you can give the orders.
No.
And,
Orcus
oh,
is the
you're-
captain.
You're not the captain. Yes, you're just the proprietor.
Very good. I'll
Captain
speak with Captain
Ochos.
Orcus about getting the ship stocked up with supplies and Anything else that is needed?
Will we
I'll
be
also get
leaving in the week
base-
or
yeah.
10-day or when?
Sorry, say again. What you ask?
If
Sir
we are
Greg?
leaving within the week or 10-day or
Probably within the week. Just need to wait for my rifle to be done. Unless anybody else wants something.
I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
So if the crew doesn't have it as well, I'll get some basic weaponry for them. So short swords and crossbows.
Okay. Well, they are all on.
Alright.
I think they
I'll
could
make-
use some training from Temalabi.
I'll make sure each of them at least has a crossbow. How much would all
Yeah,
this
because
cost?
they don't have ranged weapons. They have hooks and something else. Let's see, crossbow. Which one? A hand crossbow, heavy, light? Probably light crossbow, right?
Light.
25 gold pieces
Mm-hmm.
per crossbow.
Mm-hmm. And there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Mhm.
Don't forget the bolts.
Yes. Crossbow bolts
Okay.
are 2 copper pieces.
To alternately just have them throw a
No.
crossbow at someone.
20 20
72.
crossbow bolts is one gold piece. So a stack of
Yeah.
20 is one gold piece. Yeah.
Mhm.
So buy 20 for each of them. 1 gold each.
Yeah, 1 gold per crew member.
You should buy more than
So
because
roll
it runs out, so you need to still
26 times 12, right? 12 crew members?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, why did you remove 800 platinum pieces? Wait, what happened?
No,
What?
I have 800 platinum pieces.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
see
I
in
was about
chat
to say.
something that changes in your money. So I was wondering what.
Yeah.
Alright.
I
I
would
can
say the
see
price is
everything.
way up.
Sees everything now.
Yes.
And so that's how much I have after buying the crossbows. How many?
Right.
And the bolts.
Bolts
let's-
You are only buying them
GP
for.
for 20.
You also bought them for the first mate and the captain, right?
Yep.
Or not? Because they already have
I-
crossbows.
Then they can be spares.
Good idea.
And so it's 2 copper pieces for.
Yeah, or 1
bolt.
gold per 20 bolts.
1 gold per 20. So that's. Fuck. So it'd be 25 gold for 500 bolts.
I think so.
Which is 2 point something. That's 1, 2, 7. No, that's 8. I already had one there. Alright. That's done. And provisions, how much will that cost? keep
That's a
this-
good question. You can also look it up yourself.
I
in
just look up rations
See.
because it's food.
Rations cost 5 silver pieces. Wow, that's expensive.
Yes.
That's for a day's worth of food.
What do people think that it would have been cheap?
Got bills to pay. We got mouths to feed.
Yeah. It's
Ain't
going
nothing
to
in
be
the world.
freaking expensive.
I'll get 10 plat. No, 100 gold's worth of rations.
Okay.
I'm gonna try those.
Yeah, they're not that good.
Well, and if you want our payables to actually want to do shit for us, we need to make sure the food is good.
I'll make sure it's good rations. I was also thinking of buying some
No.
Uh,
Rations
some-
are from
Somewhat.
when you run out of food, not eating it daily.
Yeah, rations are
Used-
for when you need food on the go, like
Yes, we
stored
need
in
to.
tins.
Yes, we need to buy potatoes and carrots and meats and things that they could cook, not rations.
I mean, hunting rocks has proven quite tasty. We should continue that trend.
And
Yeah,
I imagine
buy
it's a
some
lot
more
of food. They're big
bags
birds.
of colding or bags of preserving, and then hunt one rock and then stuff it all in there, and they have a meal for a week. Just kill
Yeah,
one
maybe we
rock
should-
quick.
Oh, can we buy more of those beautiful chests, cold boxes?
You can
Well,
ask
yeah.
Larry to look
Yeah.
out for them.
Yes, but they are quite small. We need to talk to Larry to maybe enchant a room with some sort of cold magic that is just in
You want
that
a
one
cold
room.
room?
And yes, I want a fridge and
Make
a
a
walking
meat
fridge
freezer.
on the ship. A meat freezer on the ship.
Yeah, you can definitely ask him.
Mm-hmm. See, Leo, put that on the list. Talk to Larry about making a cold room for storing food and stuff.
On the ship,
Yes, why not?
just in case we meet a dragon on the way. And
Yes, and you need to stuff the whole dragon in there.
yes,
Yeah.
but it must be a good dragon because not all dragons taste good. So I've heard.
If Shaggy wants to get the fridge sorted out,
I'll whisper to Tinalavi. I found it that the younglings taste better.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna hunt ourselves some youngling dragons for dinner.
that's actually a pretty good
Yeah.
idea.
Didn't we promise to help our bronze dragon friend to fight something?
Had a character he wanted to kill two young
Yeah.
blue dragons who had stolen
They're the
pipes or
Yeah,
something with like
pipeweed.
smoke. Yeah, pipeweed.
Yep.
Thank
Yep.
they're the dragons in the desert that we've been talking about, going after.
In the yeah, but where?
To
are
the
they? Yeah.
east,
Escort,
forgot,
yes, northeast.
northeast.
Northeast? What the frick is that on the map?
Ascor. It's at the top of the mountain near the frozen lands, below the Ice Mountains.
Yes, I'll put Fergolos there as well. There we go.
Yeah.
There he is.
So it's
I need to see the map.
Go to switch to
click on the
dashboard.
dashboard.
On the player's
yeah,
map,
yeah.
either one
Jesus,
works.
I can switch to the dashboard. I forgot. I can switch to the dashboard. No. Yep. Shagrax is. No, that's
Really far away.
That's quite far. It's going to take so long for us to get there. Do we have anything else closer that we could explore? Maybe.
Well, we could go to the Grey Peak Mountains, but you've been pretty adamant about not going there.
We could just
Maybe
go to the
we can
sword
just
mountain.
if
Keep
we
it-
yes, Master Krieger. What is it?
I was saying we could just go ahead to the sword mountains and keep an eye out for anything that looks worth getting on the way.
But we
So
just
hunt
been to the
the.
Sword Mountains.
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
Well,
Well,
Out
we
of
didn't
character.
go there with hunting in mind.
Out of character. I
Ju-
thought we were going to. I'm sorry. I may have screwed up mountain names. Where we were
No.
going to see
No.
the giant.
Oh, the giant. No, you mean the giant
Bushnag.
that they were? Yeah. No, that's way up north.
Yeah, that's
assume.
in the frozen lands.
Yeah.
Yes, that's way up north.
Hmm.
But I need a day to think about that, Theodore. Maybe we could go to the Great Peak.
We're in water deep for at least 3 more.
Should be long enough time to think about it.
Yes, because I would like to. I think at this level, Shigrax and being a druid has crying. And after he removed the tattoo, so he can no longer be seen by the, by the ones that he doesn't want to be seen by. He could try to maybe see them back, look at them back, maybe.
So over these 3 days, Theo's going to spend 48 hours reading the Tomb of Understanding.
That's a very good idea. Yeah.
So I get the +2 to Wiz.
Well, not yet.
Can you read it? Can you read it in so fast, or is it like a maximum?
If you spend 48 hours over a period of 6 days or fewer studying the book and practicing its guidelines, your wisdom score increases by 2, as does your maximum for that score.
So you will be very, very busy for the just 36 hours that you have.
I'm either reading or sleeping.
You still
or practicing its guidelines.
Yeah, or that.
And the book specifically talks about certain things, such as hey, I thought I wrote it down. But more cosmic and how life itself works, and a bit of higher level, what's the meaning of the universe type stuff. Cosmology and esoteric lore. All right, so Lord Theodore is busy reading the Tome of Understanding by Norwin Hell Collar.
I would just say during the time Krieg is going to be trying to train the soldiers and guards that we have as previously agreed upon.
Okay.
Yeah, Tenor Levy is right on top of that.
All right. After 1 day of practicing, a day passes by, and Tenalavi, you can pick up your new item, and it's a weapon, and it's the Icy Warhammer.
I see. Warhammer.
Yes.
Part of me wishes
Look
it
at
was an
this
axe.
image.
Just take the name of the chill axe.
No, it's too small.
I know.
It's just
But shall I
blue.
drag it into your inventory that you can see what it does?
And I'm working on it.
Oh, you can also do it yourself, yeah.
Okay. Shaggy would like to do some scrying and to see where his dragon nemesis lurks about.
You need to
He
equip it
knows-
also. Right click and equip.
Yes.
I was just I need to remove the other hammer first, though.
The Mace of Disruption. Say again, Shakrix, I think you said something.
Yes, Shagrax would like to scry on his dragon nemesis a few times, just shortly, to see kind of where they are.
All right, let's
know?
go into the secret channel then.
Okay, secret time.
Secret
I'll be
time.
back in a
It's
minute.
been a while. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay,
Uh,
secrets.
This nemesis of yours, is that also the Death of the Dunes? Yeah, right.
Yes. That's
Okay.
yeah. Because if I'm going to the great big mountains, I don't want it to
Or the
be
stone
anywhere
enemy turn
near
here.
to yes.
All right. Let's see. What is this? Private gem roll, blind gem roll, private gem. All right. She needs to make a wisdom saving throw, right? Oof. She fails.
Yes.
Just put it in chat.
Hmm?
Put it in
Yeah.
chat.
What? Put it in chat.
The scrying so I can read it.
Oh, the scrying spell. Because I that's why I said because I need it a day, because I do not have it normally prepared.
But you can still
So,
cast if you
I
don't have
need
it
it.
prepared.
Yeah, but I don't have it on the list. So let me pull it up then. If I can remember how. Compendium. Items. Spell SDR. Scrying. Spray. Where's then say 5th level and yeah. No, I can't cast it. It gives me an error, type error field dash set undefined. So I cannot cast it from my character sheet. I know what I don't
so
know what you
none
have.
of your
Yeah,
spells work. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, none of them work. No, you can find it on my character sheet. You can click on it to see what it does. But mostly, Scrying. You can see here a particular creature you choose.
Wait, you have a 6th level spell slot, but you didn't add a spell yet, by the way.
No,
Okay.
no, I did. Yeah, I did.
I'm just letting you know. Pop.
Yep.
How do I show this to everyone?
You can see and hear a
Reveal to
particular
everyone.
creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence as you. The target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target and the sort of physical connections you have with it. If the target knows you're casting the spell, it fails and saving throw voluntary can be observed. So, on a successful save, the target isn't. Yeah, but no, that's if it succeeds. It isn't affected and it can't use the spell against it for the next 24 hours. On a fail, the spell creature. The spell creates an invisible sensor within 10 feet of the target. You can see and hear through the sensor as if it were there. The sensor moves with the target remaining within 10 feet of it for the duration. The creature can see invisible objects, see the sensor as a luminous orb about the size of your fist.
Oh, maybe it can see. I don't think so.
It has, it has true sight or something like that.
Yeah, maybe it does.
Yeah, so it can, but that's why I wanted to do like in short bursts just to see where it is and do multiple scrying spells, like the 3 5th level and the 6th level I have in one day to just look and maybe see where it's flying about. If it's flying over desert, then it's bad. Maybe if it's somewhere in a cave, maybe it's not that bad.
No, actually. She seems to be underground from what you can tell, dark.
Mhm.
There are no lights here. Do you have dark vision? Or how does that work?
I think that doesn't. Yeah, if I don't have dark vision, I don't see anything. If it's dark, I just see darkness.
Oh.
No Shagrex. Oh, Shagrex has the goggles of night. If that, but it doesn't help because it's not a manifestation of
Yeah,
his
I don't
physical
think so
form,
either.
so it doesn't transfer to the through the spell.
What is this stupid thing? Okay. That's alright.
So no, so I bleep it once. I see darkness and I shut it off immediately. Yeah. So
Okay.
like 1 second, not even 1 second, half a second. Then I just no, it's dark. So it means it's somewhere where there is no light. Shagrex knows
Yeah.
things about dragons. So yeah.
But you
And
don't. You do know that. Wait, Dragonborn don't have dark vision. Okay.
nope.
You do know that where your clan brothers were, that there was also places that were dark.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why it's going to take a day, because he will be waiting for like wait for like 5 hours and do it again to see if anything changed and
Hmm.
stuff like that. And yeah, just doing checks throughout the day and maybe even the day after, doing the same things just to maybe get a glimpse of where it might be or what it's doing or anything.
I see. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So maybe let's just go back then because we've been here for a while.
Yep.
All right. There we go again. All right. You've successfully spied on Lulu and well, not
No.
Lieutenant. But yeah. All right. So the first time you don't notice much.
Mm-hmm.
Then later in the day, you do see her flying over the desert.
Okay.
She might succeed her save. Yeah, she succeeds.
Uh-huh.
30.
No, not pushing it, but I'll
Part,
do
and you're
this.
familiar with her, and yeah, no.
I'll do the next 2 days just doing the like spying
Okay,
to
yeah,
see where exactly, and getting a feel if where exactly they are.
Let me just roll a bunch.
Anyways.
Okay.
Meanwhile, we have trained up a whole group of assassins.
Exactly. I was about to say, you guys have been
In 2
training.
days.
Yes.
Yep.
With
Yes.
it's a very harsh training. By a whole
Well,
group
3 days.
seems 2. The rest are dead.
Oh, so you kill half the crew and the rest.
That's way more than
Just-
half. I was
just kidding,
joking.
just- Me too.
All right. Let me quickly change the calendar. It is now. Oh, what's this note? Nothing important. Okay. Well. Anyway, where was I? Yes. So you guys have been training, and you only for the rest of those 3 days, Shagrex only get the morning after, or the next morning actually. So it only succeeded in the afternoon, and then the second try the next day, you see her flying over the desert. And all the other attempts seem to fail. Coke. All right. You have your +1 weapon as well, Lord Theodore.
Mm-hmm.
And you have
Thank you.
successfully read the book and finished it and practiced its teachings.
Yay.
So your wisdom increases by 1. Oh, by 2,
16.
I
sorry.
thought it was 2.
2.
And also your maximum. I don't know what normally the maximum is. 20?
20.
Yeah, it goes from 20 to 22 with the book.
I now have 3 grit points.
Hey! Very nice. All right. So you guys have been spending some time in Waterdeep training the recruits, preparing them, making sure they know how to work a crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
So let me maybe change their statistics. They are now
Slightly better with cross.
slightly better with a crossbow. Yes.
They're
Let's
also
increase their
learning how to
dexterity
sneak.
by 1. Also sneak?
Yes, we have an assassin training them, so yes, of course they're
Yes,
learning
of
how to sneak.
course. Yes.
Are we really training them to be assassins?
Yes. Dragon assassins.
We should probably tell them that we hunt dragons on the regular.
Yeah.
We could just
All
let them
right.
find out the hard way.
So, it is afternoon.
Is it +1
about
attack
2.
and
Damage?
is it +1 to attack and damage?
Yes, that's what a +1
Yeah.
weapon does.
Thank you.
So, what do you guys plan to do? It's like 2 in the afternoon. You've got your magical weapons. You want to set sail to the Grey Peak Mountains. You want to go north, east, west,
Really quick.
crash into the
Please.
sea.
To the sea, we go kill the Kraken cult. Now that we're not
We could do
being
that.
watched.
Depends. We could just go to this funky wizard to get ourselves killed there. So. But no.
Well, I must say that Lord Theodore knows from stories that there were no real legendary heroes that went there.
Mm-hmm. And we
So I'm
are
not saying
that.
it's easy or super hard. I'm just saying, it wasn't like a adventuring party of your status ever went there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the local heroes that are, level 4 or something.
Yeah.
They
we are
went
the
there.
legendary heroes that should go there, and
That is not what I'm saying, but sure.
No.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
If we go, there will be
saying
one
you-
crew.
But no, it depends. Lord Theodore, I know you had some dreams about things happening in the Great Peak Mountains. Is it a pressing matter, or should we do something else?
So basically, the dream was a guy stuck in a coffin in the Grey Peak Mountains, and need to make sure he's get him out of
Stone
being
coffin.
stuck in a coffin. In a stone coffin,
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where?
and in the Grey Peak Mountains, and
I meant
I
where
need to
in the
make
mountain.
him not be. I have no idea.
That's a problem. We will need to search the area. From my DM, from my knowledge of my nemesis, where exactly do
Yes.
I know that they are most likely
The
to
southern
have?
portion of the range.
No, but where exactly do I know that they would likely have within the desert their hideout or
Near Ascor.
Okay, so
north.
up top.
Well,
Okay.
at least north of
Okay.
where
yeah,
it says the text. At least
Uh-huh.
north of it.
Yeah. Okay, so
So
I'm not saying next to it, but
yeah,
within
somewhere. Somewhere.
Ah,
I don't know,
drawing.
100 miles. Yeah.
Hmm?
when it says southern portion of the
No, we
mountains, I'm
are
assuming
talking
it
about
means...
something else, Theodore.
Yeah.
But yes, if you want, we could go to the Great Peak Mountains. But
You have it encircled where you thought
Yeah.
your vision came from.
I assure you, we must take precautions to not be detected by the dragons that roam the unrocked desert. And yes, I don't want to be attacked by dragons. That's all I'm saying.
Aren't we going to Ascor, which is basically next to the desert, to attack dragons?
No, not yet. I was thinking we would go to do your thing with the Great Peak Mountains, the southern portion of.
All I know is somewhere in the southern portion of the range, that I've circled on the map. So it's probably going to take a while to find it. Unless we get extremely lucky.
Sure, we could head towards that direction. It's not a problem.
And we do hunting on the way to... of just... Doesn't have to be anything big, just enough for dinner and stuff.
Oh yes, you are, good sir. Full of good ideas today.
Thank you.
See, these two here, back here, seem to be overjoyed in hunting things on the way. And,
I'm sure the crew would
hmm?
appreciate fresh food.
Yes, we are going over some quite hefty force in that direction, so it could be full of wild game. One might hunt.
The good stuff.
See, no, Theodore, and then you could relax, just commandeering the ship.
They don't want to commandeer the ship?
What was that? No,
I am quite happy to take over all the commands.
No, we have Theodore, new proprietor, and we have the captain.
I'm the proprietor, and then we have the captain of the ship.
But I'm
Captain
sure,
Orcus.
Tenalafi, if you want to find something of use, the crew would gladly put you to work. And, the old man steps off and just finds a nice sitting place towards the front of the ship. And he's just
I'm gonna say that
looking about.
Theo's room is near the
horizon.
back. Quick question about teleport. The spell itself. If you take something from the airship, can you use that to teleport to the airship, or will you teleport to where the airship was?
That's
and then
an
fall to
excellent
death?
question. If you have a permanent teleportation circle, it will work to teleport
I
back
do
to
not.
the airship, but it will take 1 year to cast it every day.
We should do that.
Yeah, maybe.
And how much does it cost for casting? Because isn't that 365 times that much?
I
Unless
got
the
a
helmet can
helm
do
of
it. And it's
teleportation,
free,
so I have
yeah.
no idea how much it costs.
You
bring
can
up
just
the-
do it every day, yeah.
It requires
You just have to cast every day. It doesn't cost anything.
Oh, well,
For-
I'm casting it without the helmet. Cost regions. I think
for
this
a
Oh.
year. Isn't it teleportation circle? You have to cast it for a year to be
Yes. Yes.
We should just hire somebody to do that. To do
yeah.
that.
You know how much gold that will cost? You'll just have to
A lot.
spend yes the whole Frost and Wolf fortune to and the and the Broken Gull fortune and another fortune to just go teleportation.
Can
circle
I
in 2
estimate
days.
how much it will cost based on my good arcana and use of regular teleportation?
Looking it up, I was wrong.
Yes.
Looking it up, I was wrong. It doesn't have any regions. Thought it did.
Hmm?
Doesn't
I said I-
teleport have required gems and something?
I thought I did. I'm currently looking at
teleport
this.
the spell. No, teleportation circle is something else.
Very
Do I
expensive.
roll an arcana for that?
No, you know that would cost thousands of gold pieces to do it a year. Or maybe 10,000s of gold pieces. So
Hmm?
very,
Yeah.
very, very expensive.
The spell teleport is a
And
7th level conjuration.
Oh wait.
Yeah,
And
I
I
just
just-
realized teleportation circle is a different
Yeah.
spell.
Teleportation.
Well, probably about
circle.
90,000 gold pieces or something.
Holy shit.
Yep. Yep. It's,
Wait, you don't have that money?
You do not have 90,000.
okay.
If you do,
Well-
why are we just buying a...
Yeah, I was just looking at the spell. To make a teleportation circle costs 50 gold and regions. So if you do it yourself, it takes a year and 50 times 350 gold.
Yeah. And how much is that, Darren?
Hold on, let me pull up my calculator. I suck
50,
at this.
15,000 something gold
50
pieces.
times 350 is 17,500.
So 17,500. That's to do it in a year, and if you want to do it in half the time, it will double for half the duration. Getting 2 conjuration wizards working on it, so it will double. So it would be 34,000, and if you want to do it in half of that, it would be doubled again. So it will be like 68,000. So
It's not actually. I'm just reading the spell. It doesn't seem to
Yeah.
say anything about casting with more people or more often. It just requires that one be cast every day for a year. So I don't
Yeah,
think you
but-
can speed it.
shorter.
Can
Yeah, no, you can. More people working on the spell, you can shorten the amount of time of the spell, but it will cost more time and more money to
sense.
expedite the process, as they say, because the resources that are consumed by multiple people all at once to just pump
Makes
out
sense.
more magic.
Yes. And some of you can cast 5th level spells. This is probably is very
Yeah,
expensive,
it's-
valuable time. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, a lot of work.
So probably not something. Maybe for now. Probably it's just better to have Tia do it once a day.
He has his helmet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. That's what I mean.
Actually, I think the helmet has teleportation, not teleportation circle.
I don't mind if
Oh,
he
right.
wants-
That's true. That's just teleport. Yeah, never mind.
I don't mind if he wants to try to cast teleportation circle on the ship for 1 year. I'm pretty certain that our live so playing of this campaign would last a year, but in game time it wouldn't. So,
Yeah, we'll just pause the campaign for for 1 year. Nothing happens, and then.
No, but we still have to do. No, it has to be in character time. So we've been playing for how long? And it's only been like 100 days, and we've been playing for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, to the Great Peak Mountains and beyond. No, not beyond.
You don't want to go beyond.
No, I don't. That's the point. They're just evil dragons about after that point.
They're giants too.
No, the giants are up north. They don't have anything
Oh,
to do with
never
that.
mind.
Yes.
I was thinking that's beyond. Like if you can north. Never mind. Never mind.
Yes. Directions.
Yes. So, where are you going, my good friends?
The southern portion of the Grey Peak Mountains.
The southern portion of the Great Peak Mountains. All right. So you set off to find it.
Can I say that I've set up a little workshop in my room
Sure.
to
Yeah.
repair guns when they break and build ammo?
Mhm. All right. So you are going to fly. Do we have? Well, we have the party token, but we should also now have the Majestic Betty. Oh, maybe that's a little bit too big to put on the player's
A
map.
little bit.
A little bit, but we can make it a lot. Well, I don't think.
If
we
the
can.
ship is
Never mind.
that big, that'd be horrifying.
Yeah. The ship is
How
about
big was it?
500 miles by 500 miles. Then you wouldn't need to fear any dragon. Well, maybe all the dragons, but
No one dragon. Unless it's like Tiamat and Bahamut or something.
yeah, they would interfere probably.
They set aside their differences to focus on the giant freaking ship.
Yes, imagine how big the ballistas are. A few miles by a few miles. All right. So let me activate the player's map of the north. So you set sail to here, right?
Yes.
To the mountains.
The southern
Ones with the
portion of
gray
it.
peaks.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. I'm mixing them up all the time. Oh wait, which one? Why is this white?
I just circled it.
But what's this circle in green then?
That wasn't me.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
your color.
I don't know. I
This is
don't usually
where-
use this map. I use the
This
one
i-
on the dashboard.
But this is where this is where you thought it originated from, but
hmm
so
Yeah, it said southern portion, so I assumed.
but
The
this is
southern
also a southern portion of this Great Peak, yeah. I'm telling you, you knew from your vision that it originated somewhere from here. So up to you if you want to go
Mhm.
further south.
Well, if it went there, we're going there.
All right.
Just north of Lork.
Yes, north of Lork.
All
right.
will keep an eye out for anything unusual that we might see on the way.
Mhm.
And we
Okay.
might
Little
consider
Lovey is
taking
gonna-
actual break.
I'm
So-
gonna say
For the-
Krieg is gonna keep watch as well, just because his breaks might mean his eyes are closed.
Well, Tanalami is gonna have a talk with a captain regarding having training maneuvers on the way, just in
Okay.
case a dragon appears.
For the first part of the, so it's mid-afternoon, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And wanted to see
when we
the speed.
leave the city, I'm gonna have him fly low to spot some wild game to hunt for dinner tonight.
Okay.
And by low, I mean 800 feet. 400 feet. No? Which one?
You travel 3 squares a day. 60 miles.
Except
quite a
today,
bit.
'cause
And well, now not today. In a full traveling day.
as
Or we
opposed
could
to our
use
usual
the hat
one.
to teleport.
As opposed to your usual one, indeed. All right. So you set sail off Waterdeep. You cross Nightstone over the Ardeep Forest. Well, you can fly all night, but the crew also needs to sleep, and also the captain. So you can either hover in the air or land.
Hover.
Actually, they have a night crew and a day crew, so they can keep going.
Yeah, I was gonna say. If,
Well, they
if
have
we
crew,
need
but
to
there's
get-
only one captain.
Yes,
He
but
can hire a backup
He
captain.
has no, not a backup captain, but it usually.
Theo only has to sleep for 4 days, so he can make sure everything's.
He only has to sleep for 4 hours, I mean.
Isn't that what I said?
You said days.
You said 4 days.
Oh.
Days, you sleep for 4 days. Yeah, just killing yourself, man. What are you talking about? No, but it usually the first mate gets up later and keeps up the captain's things into the night, and then the captain sleeps while he is up, the first mate, and
Ow!
they switch.
So then it would be 6 squares a day. That is going very quickly.
Yeah, it depends how Leo wants it. If he wants to push the, but that means the crew is also
On rotation.
yeah.
So I'm just
Wait,
gonna.
is that correct? 120 miles a day?
In D&D terms, yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up a few elk along the way for dinner.
What do you mean?
He's gonna go hunting. Somehow.
Ah. When you are in the forest, you mean? Go ahead and roll.
Anywhere really.
Well, there are no deer in the hills or in the
DM, let me ask you,
grasslands.
does
Well, anything we can smash is good enough.
100 something miles a day is long or short for you?
I mean, that seemed very much, but
Very much?
yeah.
Like flying like 160 kilometers in one day?
Oh,
Flying?
we're flying over all the obstacles, so.
I still think teleporting would have been better.
Of course. It's just an
You
instant.
think it's not a lot?
No, it's quite slow, but that's D&D.
The yacht is one of the slower airships we could have gone for.
That's okay. You're still cutting down very much.
From what?
What am I rolling? You never said.
Did I ask? Oh, survival. Sorry.
16.
All right. Yeah. No problem. DC is that high. You can easily find some deer, some game to have a nice, fresh, cooked dinner of deer. So you guys all eat venison today.
Lovely.
And as you are preparing this meal, Leonardo.
This is
Um,
for the party and the crew as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got that. Let's see, Leonardo and nope. I think Sigrex and Krieg probably as well.
Yes.
Yeah. You notice something in the distance.
Shugrex has an 18
As
passive
dinner
perception.
is prepared. You see what appears to be a human man with long hair on a wyvern flying towards you, flanked by 2 griffins. He does not seem to be armed. He is about 500 feet away or so,
Oh.
as he is approaching your ship.
Oh. It's well, Shugrex mostly stays towards the front of the ship. Only just sitting there on or somewhere a bit elevated so he can see where they are going, and just spends his day mostly there, and he's either there or somewhere eating or sleeping. So, and even sleeping there. But he has a good sense of observation, and I was trying to maybe see if I can see it any closer. Let's see if I can do anything to see it. I'll summon a draconic spirit just to eat them. Just, nothing then.
What? What's happening?
No, I was
He's
saying.
trying to think of what he could do.
Yeah, I was saying I just summoned a draconic spirit just to eat them, and just, there was nothing there, just bugs on the leash. But
I see.
No, because I was thinking because he is taking a position to survey where they are going and keep an eye out for anything that's flying mostly. So because his awareness of dragons, he will immediately alert the crew if anything is flying towards them, and just to be ready and at arms to shoot it out of the sky if it makes a wrong move, and shoot the wyverns first, or the wyvern first, and then the griffins and stuff like that. And he will actually prepare a charm monster spell to cast it.
Oh, okay.
Is this happening while I'm hunting? Or-
No.
No.
It's after you've hunted, and you hunted like at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and then at 6 or 7, as the meal is prepared, this man approaches.
The flying airship?
He
Yes,
approached the flying
on a
airship,
flying
yes,
wyvern.
on a wyvern flanked by 2 griffins.
Oh, yep.
Are there people in the griffins also, or are they just there?
No, the griffins are not. They don't have any person on them that you can see.
Okay.
And he's now about 300 feet away.
And he's still made no hostile or aggressive acts.
Nope. He even waves at you as he sees that you see him.
Krieg nods back in and waves.
All right, so you let him approach, and he gets very close to the edge of the ship. But he does not land on the ship yet. He looks at you and says, I said it's evening. So let's transition to night. As the torches are lit, You see the light dances of his copper brown skin and sparks in his hazel eyes. He asks, "Are you travelers?" And he motions at the ship and asks, "Do you mind if I board? Folks call me Zemi. I'm a wandering bard and looking for a new tale to sing about. Please, I'll be happy to join you on this vessel and share food and a few good stories."
You're not one of those bards, are you?
He looks confusing. He raises one eyebrow.
Oof.
Just saying.
Shaggy is a bit jumpy because he's riding on a wyvern, and those are dragon kind.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. I don't know who you are, but where did you get the beasts that you're riding on?
Oh, a long time ago, but fear not, I've trained him very well.
Do I believe
Well.
him? Shaggy has a pretty good insight.
Do you want to roll an insight check on him? Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh.
20 something.
Let's see. I'm rolling privately. Yes, you see that he appears to be sincere, and as you look at the wyvern seems to be very submissive to the man. Like the wyvern is afraid of him.
Still keeping an eye on you. But Shagrax looks back towards. I assume like the captain has made his way up,
Yes.
and is Lo Theodore?
Everyone is standing there now.
Yeah,
This is a response to what Taran asked. But he is still floating above the airship, waiting for approval to land.
I'm looking back to
The captain looks at Theodore and just asks, "Is it all right?"
I didn't realize Theodore was on deck.
Well, it's you're preparing lunch or even dinner.
You're
so
waiting for
I assume you'd
dinner and a bunch of flying.
It's
things
almost
came
like he
up to
smelled
the
dinner
ship.
was being cooked and flew over.
I'm sure
He
we
showed
could
up to get some venison.
Well,
make up some extra venison for you.
it does depend. How many wives and girlfriends and boyfriends will be appearing if we'll let you onto our fire?
Well, it's only me and my companions, and he motions over to his wyvern and the 3 griffins.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
guessing you're
we-
not
we
allowed
didn't-
to eat the wyvern, but sure. All right.
Yes, probably best to just stay away, but they'll stay at their place. Don't worry.
We didn't bring enough meat for
That's all
such
right. That's all
animals
right. Don't
today?
worry about them. They'll get their food sooner or later. As he hops off his wyvern and he just points to the fourth of the ship, and the wyvern and the griffins just sit down, very gentle looking, and they just sit down, lie down prone.
Are they
Can I
submissive
say-
or fearful of this
Speak-
man?
I was about to say, can
Roll
I say
in. Would that be animal handling
insight?
or insight?
You're doing insight, but to an animal.
Yeah, indeed. Both, whichever you prefer. Let's do it like that.
Actually, I was going to say, okay, I'll let you resolve that first.
and I wanted to do
Insight.
speak with
It's
animals
hard to
talk
tell.
to the beasts.
Yeah, I was actually about to do the same thing because I have it for free from Ranger ability. I was going to just say, Krieg is going to cast Speak with Animals
Oh,
and ask. I was going to ask the Wyvern and the Griffins if, like, has this happened before? Does he stop and talk with folks on airships like this?
the Griffin replies, "Yes, yes. Well, not airship. Yes, talk for a long time. But," and he looks at his boss, Sammy, and Sammy immediately becomes furious at the Griffin and almost slaps the Griffin and tells it to shut up, and then angrily looks at you and says, "Don't interfere with my animals, please. They'll behave."
Can I say I'll roll insight to see if he's like keeping secrets or doing anything shady?
Sure.
Shagrax will like to do that also because his how he treated his animals, it doesn't seem right to
Well,
him.
he didn't hit it, but he
No,
got
but
close to it.
Yeah, but yeah, doing the like shut up and like because we can see
Yeah,
that.
it struck me as like I'm trying to keep secrets, don't spill it,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
He looks to be hiding something. You're not quite sure, and you're not sure how big of a deal it is. And then he smiles again and says, "I only want to share stories and dine.
How about we
Please."
dine for the evening?
Uh-huh.
Please join us below.
I,
in the hall.
I'm
You
not
Yeah,
sure.
also
Larry
notice,
just-
actually, as you have a high perception, that he has a ring around his finger, a copper ring, made in the shape of a serpentine dragon that's coiling its tail into its jaw, and it is around his ring finger on his right hand.
Does that ring a bell?
It looks very nice, but no, you're not sure what this ring does.
No, so it doesn't have any like magical significance or the shape or.
You don't know. Are you
Did he
permanently
introduce
casting
his
detect magic?
No. I don't want to
Oh,
see
actually,
the magic.
Shagrax, your
I'm a freaking dragon ball.
Amulet of Saloon gives you the tingles again. Of
Doesn't-
both signals.
Okay.
If you understand what that means.
Okay.
Doesn't it do that constantly when it's around Theo's family?
Yes. Well, it did it well at Theodore's grandma, right? Am I saying that correctly?
No,
Grandma?
wife and child.
Wife.
Yeah, some of his.
Well, not child. The wife,
And
only
and
one,
mother.
and
Wife and mother.
wait, hold on.
It
God.
tingled at some of it of Theo's family.
Yeah, and
Shagrax
there was a different tingle
found
for
something
one specific
and
person.
determined something from within inside the family, but he isn't pushing into that to find out everything. But as this guy comes along, Shagrax, the old man, just with his big scythe, a moon scythe, he stomps it into the deck of the ship and pulls himself up and just puts the other arm over this man that I didn't quite catch your name, and just puts a big claw because Shagrax is like 6 foot 7
Yes,
or 8
he is a little bit smaller than
on
you. Yeah.
his full height, and just I do have stories for you, so come here.
Ah,
my
yes,
friend,
very
and,
good. And he shakes your
like,
hand.
forcibly. Yeah. What was your name? I didn't quite catch it.
The name is Semi Driath, but most people just call me Semi, so please do. It's easier.
Maybe.
Your name was.
Oh, I am Shagrax Gibbexel. as you can see, I'm quite an ancient dragon, and I have tales for you, my boy. And I just, give him a big claw slap over the back, and come on, let's eat. I'm quite hungry. And just,
All right. Yes.
yeah.
So you notice that your amulet is for shapeshifters
Yeah.
and dragons. Of course, there's a with me as well.
I feel that. I'm just curious and just leading him to the mess hall and where we eat, and gesture. I want to gesture to the others, like in actually I because well, Gem Dragonborns, I have what's it called, psychic communication. I would tell some of the others that I see. So Tenalavi, that's there. So let's keep an eye on this one. He is quite shifty. As I lead him to to the vessel.
Is that a two-way conversation or just one?
It's actually, I think I can sonic mind. You can send telepathic messages to any creature you see within 30 feet of you.
Okay,
So
so it's
I
one
can
way.
just but to
Okay.
any creature you see within 30 feet of you. But that doesn't mean I have a time limit, so I can just one action. It requires
just
one
do
action.
this.
So do that to you to Tenlavi to what's your Krieg, to Leo, the crew, and just
Leo has the ability to connect everybody through mental
Yeah. True.
I know, but
through communication.
it's doing this on the fly. So I'll just yes, come. I'll tell you some stories and just drag him along to the mess hall, and just looking at the others, just keep an eye on this one. Here's quite shifty. He has some secrets. So
You see how Tenalevi has her hammer already very deliberately positioned on her shoulder. The magic enchantment kind of makes a cold, breezy mist around the hammer part, and she has a bit of a very scary neutral expression on her face. When Chakra kind of mind whispers this to her, she mumbles, barely audible to the ones closest to her. Well, you don't trust anyone who does not respect the animals that carry and protect you.
Theo will be
I don't-
putting on his lord's face as well.
Yeah,
They
so
usually are the first ones who stab you in the back in the fight.
Theo very quietly says, "I don't trust him at all, regardless."
and
That too. He's just so conveniently appearing right here, right then, right now. It's just too convenient.
And I assume we are heading for a dining table somewhere in the bow of the ship for us to be seated for many people. And I just drag him. Well, yes, you can sit by me. I'll tell you many stories. And I'll have Leonardo sit on the other side. And oh yeah, Shaggy is so old. He has I think 1,000 stories for you.
Is that table just logistics, out of character logistics questions? Is the dinner table, is it somehow separated from the animals? So basically he can no longer
it's
see.
far away.
Alright, so
Yeah,
Okay.
I was actually going to say that
The
while he does
table,
that,
the dinner table is
Krieg-
down below.
I was gonna say
There's
while they go do that, Krieg wants to stay and talk with the animals some more without their rider there to silence them.
Yeah, Trinalami just makes the head sign, the head wriggle towards the animals for Krieg, and then wanders off behind the suspicious person and Shaggy, and kind of making a
Shaggy.
big wall of lady meat that cannot be looked past or walked past.
Shaggy being friend. Oh, come on, my friend, and the the big like wardrobe coming up behind, all armed with a
With a giant Goliath up in
Yeah.
arms, just
just
casually
coming up
walking
behind him.
behind you.
Oh, come on, my friend. Let's have some toxin. Boom, boom, behind them. A wall just appearing.
Okay. All right. Very good. Yes. But before you talk to the animals, maybe we should have a little break
All right, works for me.
and see if you survive.
You know, actually, out of character, Lulu, would you mind talking during the break really quick? Because I was going to have Krieg question you about what you think should be asked to them if you had ideas.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, repeat that? One at a time, please.
No, that's a conversation between you and Lulu. Sorry.
Okay.
But I do have a question. How long are we planning to play today?
I don't know. I can go for 2 more hours.
No, I can't.
1 more hour.
Yeah, that's more reasonable. I have work tomorrow.
Okay. Then let's get back at 10:15, so in 12 minutes, and then we continue for 45 more minutes.
Works for
Alright.
me.
Sure.
All right. See you then.
So, Lulu,
We are live again. Welcome back, my friends. And
Yes.
we're back with the game StormKing'sThunder.
Yes. It's time for a good dinner.
okay.
So,
Yes. What are we having, Shagrax? Is really curious.
venison.
I
Freshly
could've told you
hunted
that.
by Lord Theodore this afternoon.
How does it taste?
You're not quite sure yet.
No, I'm waiting, but I'm keeping my new friend. Yes, my new friend close with me.
It tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
You're not the one cooking it, so I don't believe you. A cook has more skill than you, so.
I can cook,
So it might actually taste good.
just not very well.
But no, Shagrax
Yes. So
will,
for
yeah.
the father of, or Theodore's mother, both of your signals went off, and
Yeah.
now they're both going off as well. You
Uh-huh.
just don't know if it's both for one creature or for two,
Well,
or it's just in the vicinity. You know, it
Mhm.
just wants you, not specifically who. Where.
Yeah, but Shagrax being such a big dragonborn crystal dragon, he will keep his new friend that I have forgotten the name of,
Zemi.
Zemi, quite close, and he will just sit at one end of the dining table and just plop Zemi down next to him and say, I have a lot of stories for you if you are about. I wish that you would spread
Yes. And
my life story all over the lands, and just plop him down intentionally next to me, and see that he is close to Shagrax as much as possible.
okay, yeah. And he takes out his harp and he starts playing. He says, "Well, before
No
I
need
eat,
for no need for that," and he just slaps it a bit. First, you have to hear my story, and
all right,
then you can
after dinner.
then you
after
can make a ballad after it. He is the obnoxious, as he is the obnoxious old guy. So no, you need to hear my story. And Shagrax has a lot of stories. He is quite old, and but he, you know what he knows. So.
Okay. So you are giving him a story while
something.
you're eating dinner.
Yeah, but keeping him like, not letting him do anything, and just mostly making him concentrate on Shagrax.
Mm-hmm.
And
All right.
as the rest do what they want.
Okay. So what's the rest doing?
Now, sitting on the table, aggressively eating while aggressively staring at this guy.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
Krieg is still outside speaking with the two griffins and the weir. He says, "So, anything different about your the man you're traveling with than most dwarves? Like, does he do anything?
He's not a
unusual?"
dwarf. He's a human.
Oh, I'm sorry. For some reason, you know what the problem is? I had dwarf in my head from the picture from the other guy. My bad.
Oh yeah, from Gotrick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The same question. Does that change?
No, he's same as normal
So
in this form.
in this form, what
Yeah,
other form does he have?
Big.
Big and what else?
Scary.
Big and scary. Got it.
But usually this form. Only when
Usually.
angry. Or flying.
So he can fly in the other form.
Yes, very good.
I see. Does he... Can he talk to you like I am right now?
No.
Alright. Out of character, did everyone go into the ship along with the guy
I
and...
think so.
Oh,
Okay.
I assume there are some crew members outside.
Well, I meant all the
looking-
PCs.
Yeah,
I say everyone.
mostly yes. I know what Leo's doing. He is a wild card.
Yeah.
I see. And Krieg just sort of gets up and he says, "What color is he when he's scary?"
Hmm. What's a color?
Like, is he red, blue, green, whatever? Is he shiny?
Shiny.
He's shiny.
Yes, shiny.
Got it.
Yes.
So he's one of them. All right, thank you. And just sort of gets up and starts walking back toward the interior of the ship where everyone else is.
Mm-hmm.
And so Krieg will come up behind Thanalavia and like tap her shoulder and motion her to come out of the room.
Alright. Tenalami basically just steps out the door and still completely blocks what's going outside there.
Once she's out, Krieg closes the door and very quietly, as quiet as he can, says, I think that guy's a dragon.
Oh, I know someone. So she whispers back, I know someone who was very gladly willing to kill him then.
Oh? Who's that?
A good old, very senile friend. That's half dragon.
Well, if that's the case, maybe we should get a jump on him.
I'm not sure. Oh, wow. Thing is, it is a dragon, and we are on a wooden ship.
Point.
A new ship would be a shame if in one day it already crashed to the ground.
All right. So
That's
what
a
do you
good
want
40,000 gold well spent.
So,
I'm not paying
We
for the
should-
next one.
Tell everyone but Shagrax.
in the meanwhile, Shagrax is having the most fun and telling the most hilarious and stupid stories and embellishing them. And
Not that much time has passed.
no, I don't know.
He tells stories very quickly.
Roll a charisma check, please, as you tell a story.
Sure, the worst stories.
What
Can I
does that
just-
stuff happen in?
I'll just roll a performance because still a -1. So that's. Oh!
Oh God. 0.
He's very disappointed at your story. He even says, I don't want to talk to you anymore. You don't have any good stories. Where's the rest? As he stands up and is looking for Tenalavi, Krieg. But Leonardo quickly interjects, or
No.
Theodore.
They're attending to their duties. Several of us have duties on board.
Well,
They're the night
you,
crew.
mister, it's done. Tell me a story then.
No.
It has to be better than what this
You don't
Well,
get it.
Dragonborn can produce.
Shagrax does torture. No.
I will.
Shagrax is quite a big dragonborn and puts his arm around him, and even if he is not charismatic, he will tell this guy stories. Even if he doesn't want to hear them. Yeah, that's the gist of it. And yeah, I know how he would escape Shagrax, or he would have the let's say the courage to escape Shagrax. As an old man talking to him and just spitting out wild tales that don't make any sense whatsoever, and just ties things to stories and mostly rambles.
Well, Tenalami, I'm gonna whisper to Krieg, let's just keep an eye on him, a very close eye on him. Tell the others, of course, except Shaggy. I'm not sure this will end well if we tell him yet.
You got it.
Be ready to kill him just in case.
Already was.
Good.
And so Krieg kind of just slinks back into the room and one by one tries to remove the other people to tell them in the hall.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Tenanami is just going in and being the very eye-catching bouncer, so he is kind of a bit distracted by the very eye-catching lady.
Yes. All right. As you sit down again, Tenlavi, Sammy looks at you and says, "None of these people will tell me a good story. Please, will you do me the honors of telling me one, perhaps your greatest story, madam?"
I'll have a few. What do you want to hear?
Well,
What kind of story
whatever's
you
the
want
best
to hear?
story.
Well, that's a problem. I have too many good stories.
Well, the best.
I don't have a
Shagrax-
best.
Shagrax feels insulted.
Let's see. There was this one time.
What are you telling us? Well, you can also tell the entire story, but what are you telling a story about?
Just a random story from the battlefield.
Okay, a battlefield. Because you can also use your proficiency in nature, for example, to enhance the description of a herb or a plant, or you can also use some other thing for the charisma check.
Couldn't have Shagrax use his wisdom?
Yes,
and,
it could have, but it didn't. But it wouldn't have mattered if you rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna use my amazing athletic skills to underscore my retellings by performing all the slashing and hacking and beating motions of telling how we went to battle of 10 people against a whole army. How we beat down our way through the whole army to get to the commander and murder him and win the battle.
All right. Roll a charisma check with proficiency then. So not your athletics, but charisma plus then 4, I think, is your proficiency.
Alright, then I'm just gonna roll a charisma and you can add the 4 with the charisma.
Sure.
There. The funny thing is also my charisma is at -2.
Oh.
So 8. You also do not impress Zemi,
Hey, it's
and
getting
you
better.
can feel you're starting to annoy Zemi as well. That none of you can impress him with a good story.
It's not my job to impress anyone with a good story. I'm here to impress people with my hammer skills.
You know who can? Leonardo.
Yeah.
Can I
Yes.
tell a story of a
Of
completely
course.
made up thing, but
Yeah.
make it seem like Theodore was involved and really good at it?
Sure. Would that then be with deception? No. Just a normal charisma check then. Or... So you don't want to use any
Yes.
details for...
Oh god. Oh god.
I'm
All
supposed to be
right.
good at this.
As you all fail to impress,
Demi.
Sammy keeps begging you for more and more stories.
Can I say,
Well,
did anyone say anything to Krieg when he told them about this, or did they just like say, okay, we'll watch?
oh no, we can pitch in if you want.
What do you mean exactly?
Tell the story.
If you want to tell a story, you can.
Well, Krieg had like an idea. He walks in and he says, I have a story, but I don't think anyone's gonna really like it.
I like any good story.
Did you ever hear the one about the dragon who disguised himself as a human to try to get onto a ship and talk to the people in it?
I have not heard this story before. Please, enlighten me.
Well, you see, he was very clever. he was smart enough to get away with this with most people. So it caught him completely by surprise when everyone knew exactly what he was doing. And, well, sat him down to speak with him about it.
And what was he doing?
Infiltrating them. For exactly what purpose, I'll admit I don't know. Are you here to try to fight another rival of yours?
Oh, I see. You figured it out. Well, no matter. I think it's just easier, and people prefer to talk to me in this form than my normal one. But no, I'm not here to fight any rival. I just like to hear stories.
Well, if that's all, I'm sorry, but, well, my story, I could tell you one. It's not very happy.
That's all right.
And so can I say that Krieg basically tells him his own story as if it were like a fairy tale book thing, where, like, you know, he grew up and was betrayed and abandoned by his parents and went off to become an assassin, essentially. Because it was something he used his skills well.
Do you want to roll a charisma check with something? I don't know what details you want to include.
Let me see.
That would give you a proficiency, maybe the acrobatics.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, what would it be? Would it be yeah, I'll say acrobatics just because, like, very
I like
much.
how all of you have a charisma of -1 except for Theodore. Or at least not very high.
And I rolled a nat 1.
Okay, so
Well, that's an
that was
acrobatics check.
yeah, that was that. You said that and charisma also. You wanted them both?
No, I just said charisma, and then you use acrobatics as well for proficiency. So it would just be with +3.
Okay then. Billy.
Because you can also try to intimidate with strength or something.
Nah, I don't love it.
Instead of
I doubt
charisma.
I'm strong enough to scare a dragon.
Probably. But yeah, so that's 12 then?
11 or 12, yeah. So still
So-
not that impressive.
Also, he's not impressed.
Yeah, I didn't think
and he
would
keeps
be.
asking everyone for more stories. You can also simply say you tell a story. But-
No. Sugar will like
I shall
to,
tell a story.
Okay. Sugar
I can
will let
tell you
Theo
that only
tell us
Theodore
so.
has a chance to succeed.
Yeah. No, but I don't
Can I
want...
use my persuasion on this roll?
You need to get at least 28. No, I'm kidding.
Sugarx doesn't want to tell a story. He wants to confront and maybe do a history or something check to see if he recognizes the name as a dragon name.
Zemi?
Yeah, Zemi.
I mean, if you recognize the name, you mean?
Yeah. As a
Sure, roll a history check.
particular dragon's name.
Like there's a dragon named Zemitharon or whatever.
Yep.
It's a dragon researcher.
I don't know. Maybe. 19.
Thought you wanted to do history. But no,
My
you do not
bad.
recognize the name Sammy Trio.
So it does. It's still +1. So history is +1 as nature. So
That's
it
the
would
same.
still be a 19. So I don't.
Okay, you do not recognize it, no.
the name as a dragon. I know. So, but is the name dragon-like? Or
Yes, the name
Within-
sounds very dragon-like.
So, am I able to use my persuasion to tell the story?
For what?
Right, I don't know what to tell a story about. I'm going to tell a story about Theodore fighting a sea behemoth.
All right.
Not a sea behemoth. The sea.
Maybe there
The.
are hundreds of sea behemoths.
But this
the
one you
one,
fought.
that one.
Fucking hell.
God damn it.
Keep rolling low.
You do not persuade him, and he keeps asking for more stories. And this continues on, even as night approaches. You've already been like 4 or 5 hours on this ship and conversation with him, and he just keeps asking for more stories.
At some
Oh.
point, Lavi does the head thingy and points Krieg to get back outside.
Okay.
All right.
To keep an eye out, because we seem to be getting quite. Tel Aviv is getting suspicious that we are, for some reason, we kept very distracted by this man.
Shagrex.
Understood.
Shagrex will go for that. So
I'm not pointing at Shay, I'm pointing at Krieg.
no.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, that's your no. But the keep telling this guy stories. No.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Krieg will nod, and while everyone's still talking with the dragon, get up and step out, and then do his best to very quickly, like, scan the ship and check everything and move to each location so everything's visible.
Shagrex will start confronting the dragon because he knows that it is some. And we'll even go further with casting a dispel magic on the guys.
Sorry, what are you doing? You're dispelling
Shagrex,
his.
his disguise. I can't cast any spells. I don't know what the frick
You want him to revert to his true form?
I feel like that might be a bad idea.
I want to.
Oh, sorry, I didn't understand what you were trying to do then.
Yeah, I
Dispel
want to
magic.
dispel magic to see his true form. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Because he is and
He
I
turns
just,
into a enormous dragon made out of copper or bronze or brass. You're not quite sure. It looks orangey.
but it's not
Probably copper.
our friend.
Velgolos? No, it's not
Velgolos?
Velgolos. No.
Well, hello there, Mr. Dragon.
I'm
Good night, ma'am.
I'm sure if he wanted, he could have counterspelled my spell magic.
Yeah, maybe, you don't know.
I don't know if you want. It's
he allows it.
and I
Or he-
will just Shagrax will just tell him enough with this foolishness of stories told and forgotten. And what is your purpose here? You came to us. We have a purpose. We are headed somewhere. What do you want with us?
You're adventurers, aren't you? You have countless stories to tell. I need them, those stories. After all, every dragon needs a horde. So please, enlighten me with your stories.
Well, my stories are not yours to tell. And Shagrax steps away.
Oh, as you try to do that, he tries to grapple you.
I draw.
Okay.
Well.
So go ahead and roll an acrobatics check or athletics check.
Can I help?
No.
60.
You barely make it out. His claw just misses you.
And I will look back.
Where are you going? You take further steps backwards.
Yes, I
All right.
I was
He
to
will
go, but
use his breath weapon.
Oh,
A very extreme reaction.
Yeah,
To slow you.
uh-huh.
He exhales gas, and it also hits Krieg and Tenelavi.
I
Please
would
make
just say Krieg actually stepped out of the room to go scout the
Oh.
ship before he even took dragon form.
All right then. So, Shigrex.
if I were a wizard, I would just be beside his mouth shut. But I'm not.
So-
So let me see what I have in my spell book.
Roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
can I cast Armor of Agathis on myself?
14.
Well, it's happening a little bit quickly, but you fail, so you are slowed, Shigrex. So you feel your entire body slag, and it becomes very heavy.
Do I realize this?
Yes, of course.
Can I grab him and pull him and throw him on the other side, behind me, basically?
Oh, you mean Shigrex?
don't
Yeah.
care about you.
Get Shaggy
yeah.
out of the way of this grabby dragon.
Sure. You can take Shigrex with you.
Mr. Giant Dragon. After all, you are one of those bards. Though, to be fair, I've never heard it this way around. Please find someone to fuck of your kind. I don't think we can take your dick.
Are you trying to intimidate him? What are you doing?
I'm mostly trying to completely confuse him so he stops trying to grab a check.
Well, yes, it works. He's very confused. He doesn't understand what you just said.
Perfect. Mission accomplished.
Why do you think would that be deceptive?
But other than that, he doesn't do anything except he looks very closely at Leonardo and prepares his hand to grapple him if he tries to run away.
Alien stabs him for infinite amount of damage from his rogue arc or something.
There's no need to get violent.
I was not violent. I
Idiots.
didn't want him to run away. I have not heard all the stories you have to tell.
I think we're done telling stories with you.
I don't think so. You have plenty more.
Well, it is not your decision to make.
Shigrex is still
decision.
slowed. Do I need? Do I?
Yeah, you need
get
to
it?
roll another Constitution
Another
saving throw at the end of every round.
Sorry, that's an ability check. Damn it. No, still.
You're still slowed.
Yeah, he is an old man. A slow
an old
old
man.
man.
Or somehow even slower.
So sorry. Slower, even slower old dragon. He's not a man. He's a dragon.
So what do you guys do? Please, tell me more stories.
How about you vacate the airship?
Are you
Sure,
trying
yeah,
to
hospitality.
persuade him or intimidate
Yep.
him?
Uh,
Alright, go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
we're still inside, right?
When it
Inside the
counts.
Hey.
Shit.
As he changes his demeanor, he lowers his wings again and he says, "Oh, forgive me. I didn't realize that my actions were cruel. You're right. I shouldn't be extending my stay if it's not welcomed. And he apologizes even more profusely. If I had realized I was being cruel to you, I would have never kept you. He says as he's wiping tears from his face. I would love
Lies.
to hear more stories from you in the future, but I understand if you never want to see me again. I'll let you get some sleep. And
Perhaps in the future.
Lies.
he
All lies.
appears to be very sincere.
Nah.
He seems to be speaking the truth, Shirex. And as a token of his apology, he takes his harp and he places it on the table and says, "My sincerest apologies." And then he takes swing and he flies off
Into the roof.
into the roof.
Of course.
The airship crashes down.
Just to make this clear, Mr. Dragon, if
I'm
you
glad-
damage this ship, you are paying for it.
I'm glad I'm doing it. Lot that into the room.
They always do the superhero shit, like busting through the ceiling and stuff like that, and yeah, people have to repair them afterwards.
Yeah. That's it. He is gone, and you're just left standing there wondering what just happened.
There's a harp.
There's a harp there.
Shigrax will mumble. I would remember you.
And of course, the griffin and the wyvern follow the dragon.
But Shigrax remembers the name.
Can I say once they're all gone, Krieg sees them leave and goes back in with everyone else?
Can I just...
And see that.
Is the harp magical in any way? Am I able to tell?
How do you see it?
With my impressive arcana score?
I'll roll an Arcana check.
That's why I don't like
With my not so impressive arcana
dragons.
score?
You do determine it's magical.
Anyone have detect magic?
Or identify?
What?
Or identify? That's the one I was looking for, sorry.
The super trinkets. Don't take any gifts. These dragons aren't your friends.
Didn't we already take gifts from dragons? Didn't we take a wand from a dragon that wants to kill us?
Maybe.
Yes.
I should put
Well,
that
what
back.
do you want to do with it then, Shaggy? It's here.
It doesn't have any use for us. We are powerful enough. We don't need all these trinkets. Oh,
Well, I'll take the harp.
not all of them. As I want to steal those back.
So what are we supposed to do with this then? Because I don't think it's the best idea to actively try to insult a dragon just yet. Unless we plan to
Great.
murder them, of course.
Krieg says,
We've taken
You
out
could
an
sell it.
ancient dragon, sure we'll be fine.
Yes, and you did it without me. I'm still quite angry about that part. You couldn't have
You
found
couldn't
me
wake
earlier.
after.
You couldn't have come and collected me earlier so I could fight with you on the dragon.
How much I did not enjoy this interaction. Where did you get the name of this one? There's the name of the dragon and
Semidriath. Yeah.
yeah. we should be careful. Maybe that could be us and endeavors that are yet to come. So, let's try to, with the claws extending as big air quotes, make friends.
Well, I didn't feel very friendly. You almost ripped a hole in our ship.
What do you mean that hole? It actually did. Yes, that needs to be repaired.
Well, I guess we can take this harp and sell it and take that as payment for the damage he did.
You don't even
He didn't
know
really
what kind of
damage the
magic
ship
it
that
does.
much.
Yeah. Does anyone have identifier?
No.
Ramley does.
Ramley.
And Torque.
Captain Ochos. No, I'm just kidding. Larry has identified. Just teleport there, teleport back. Easy peasy.
Anybody has a pocket, Larry?
Pocket Larry.
I actually do have a pocket Larry.
Wait, is it Larry specifically? I thought it was just a store.
No. It's just a store.
Yeah. There's no
In the
scroll
morning,
of
I can
identifier.
teleport to. We'll have to get the airship to stop. Otherwise, I'll teleport into air and then die. Well, I got feathered fall, so I won't die, but I'll be left behind. But I can teleport to Larry and get it identified real quick.
Okay, so we just need to land the airship.
So I don't get left behind.
Wait, what are you doing?
So in the morning, I'm gonna have the airship land, and then teleport to Larry to identify the harp.
Hmm.
If you need a thing, I'll give you a single copper coin. And ask for it back when you're turn.
You can bring if you do teleport and sell this, you can bring the materials to repair this hole. I mean, it may not be good at carpentry, but I am quite talented in terms of metalworks and leatherworks, so I can make it work.
Wood's just like halfway between those.
Yeah, it's too soft. And at the same time, not soft enough.
So you.
Yeah, leather is very malleable. Wood is not. Iron has quite a resistance to it, so you can take your time in tempering it into the form and shape you want. Wood just breaks if you try to be too careful with it, and at the same time hammer it into parts.
So,
Didn't someone have to leave soon?
Yes.
yeah.
Blue, I
Yes.
believe.
And because we don't have any things to do in this episode, we're just going to call it here, and we'll be back next time. Hopefully
Yes.
in a week with
And not six.
Pathfinder. No, next week. Pathfinder next week, right?
Yes, Pathfinder next week.
Okay.
Pathfinder.
I have a crazy
Pirates.
goblin.
Yeah.
A crazy goblin pirate that needs to steal stuff.
So does everyone.
Alright
no.
then.
Not everyone has a goblin pirate. Two have
Yep.
goblin pirates.
A goblin pirate bard.
Mine
That's very
is not a
important. It's a
goblin.
bard.
Still, we have some interesting Pathfinder characters that we will be playing next week. And yeah, we'll be back with StormKing'sThunder in 2 weeks, and maybe we'll get to see the end of the Veil of Winter this Monday if we have the people to play it with. But who knows?
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Fingers
Only
crossed
time
that
will tell.
schedules have cleared enough to play a 3-4 hour game. But yeah, we can just get our hopes up and be there to, yeah, hopefully play something.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Yes, let me quickly tell you that you found an instrument of the harps. Instrument of the bards.
No,
Yes, an Enstrud harp.
we don't care about that. You can tell them next time about
No, because
that.
then we forget.
You can write it down, yeah. You can write
Yes.
it down. Okay, so till the next time, who knows when that is? So it's either Monday, Friday. But
Yeah.
we'll
A
see you around.
day. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Yes. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everyone.